And now, live from the studios of Freedom's Phoenix, Ernest Hancock.
Turn on the tube, what do I see? A whole lot of people crying, don't blame me. They point the crooked little fingers at everybody else. Spend all the time feeling sorry for themselves. Victim of this, victim of that. Your mama's too good and your daddy's too fat. Get over it.
Yeah, get over it. Here on Declare Your Independence with me, Ernest Hancock. And you don't need me to do it with. You can do it all by your lonesome, all by yourself. You don't need me. You know what you don't need? You don't need a government form. In fact, if you think you need a government form to declare your independence, guess what? You're not declaring your independence. You ain't got your mind right, boy. You ain't got your mind right. Well, there's people around the world have their mind right. And when I tell you, hunger does that to people. And this is going to be, let me tell you, I'm going to share some personal stuff with you. I have been involved in libertarian politics since the early 90s. You know, it's been almost 20 years. And I am, what has happened inside the Libertarian Party, because they're playing this party thing, is they have driven out all of the activists. People like me and you, they have been driven with a cattle prod out of the party, out of that, but not the movement. The libertarian movement is alive and well, and you can see it in so many different organizations and people and advocacies. Heck, the most libertarian candidate in 08 was a freaking Republican. So I'm going, this is Dr. Ron Paul, of course. Now, this is just an example of it. When you have an operative of everything that libertarianism has been screaming not only should happen, but eventually will happen, is happening right, not later. It's not later. It's right now. As we are speaking, by the end of this show, Mubarak may announce, yeah, I'm out of here. And they're going to replace it with what? I don't know, whatever Obama and Hillary Clinton says they should. You know, whatever gets approved by Israel. You know, but what do we do with the people? The revolution's up in the noggin, man. The revolution is between the ears. I keep screaming for years, for decades. This is a cultural battle. This is a cultural revolution. This is an understanding of what it is to define the word liberty, freedom. I know some people give definition for freedom, liberty, different, whatever. You know what it comes down to? It comes to, thou shalt leave me alone. Thou do not have any right over my life, my body. Excuse me. I go up to a 14-year-old Arabic-speaking kid in Cairo, and I put my hand on his shoulder. I go, right here. I go, you see this? You know, right, I got my hand on my shoulder. You see this life right here I'm holding on to right here? Yeah. Whose is this? Whose life is this? If it's not yours, then it's somebody else's. What, the Pharaoh's back wearing a silk tie? You know, is that what it is? You know, we just take the headdress off of them, put them in a three-piece suit, and, you know, and get them all linked up with the World Bank and the IMF and the UN and all that, and all of a sudden, they're your new freaking Pharaoh? Oh, and I'll go you one better. They got a boss day Pharaoh. Yep. The Pharaoh's got his own boss, and he's up there and hide, you know, oh, it's a little shiny, you know, eye at the top of the pyramid. Is that it? Is that what you got? Well, at least it's on a pyramid. So, you guys have been ruled by the same people for thousands of years, and they've expanded. The secret handshake people have gone everywhere. And if it's not them, it'll be another secret handshake group, and one after that, and one after that, and one after that. I mean, because it's a concept. It is the concept of we rule somebody, and we vote, it's you. Okay? You're in our jurisdiction. You're in our imaginary lines that we drew out in the freaking middle of the Sahara Desert. We went to the desert, we drew this line, and those on this sideline ruled by this guy, this sideline ruled by this guy. It's like a game of Risk or Axis Allies or whatever, board game. Seriously. You know, you look at Iraq and you see in the North Part Kurdistan, and, you got Kurdistan goes over the borders in Iraq and into Turkey and all that. No. We're going to carve these people up right here, and this part goes there, and this part goes. Who the hell makes these decisions? How does this happen? People in Cairo right now, liberty-starved people. They're tired, they're hungry, they're poor, yearning to be free. And you're doing what? I'm talking to the Libertarian Party, the Libertarian organization, screaming for attention, screaming for an opportunity to represent, screaming for a chance to have an impact worldwide. And it's so simple. Where the F are you guys? I got no time for you. You know, I talk to these people, they'll go, oh yeah, Ernie Libertarian's doing on Ernie. Yeah, and where are you? And they go, and this is the only help that I get from these guys. I get emails saying, you know, Ernie, you know who you should call. You know what you should do. You know what you should Google. And I go, the time it took you to send me the email, you could have done it. I am so sick of these people. This is the first time I've gone off on the Libertarian Party because they are so worthless. I run for national chair the last 4 times, the elections that they have, for one reason, to represent that there are activists out here that embody the libertarian rhetoric, that embody the libertarian philosophy, that want to get the Libertarian Party into the libertarian movement. And if you think the Libertarian Party and libertarian movement are the same thing, you have not been paying attention. They have driven out all the, it's like Bob Barr, Wayne Allen Root, are you freaking kidding me? You know, so, I'm done. You know, I don't suspect. I sent out to a lot of the list libertarians, said, this is it, man. If you don't have, from one of the oldest cultures in human history, starting to embrace, they're in the streets right now, declaring their independence, dying in the face of overwhelming odds, backed by the United States government, and you're sitting on your ass, you don't deserve to have any kind of leadership role in this movement worldwide. Get out of my way. I am so sick of this. I don't know. Have I made myself relatively clear? Have I been vague at all? I mean, you don't get me angry often. I don't go, let it go, man. But this, I'm letting it go now. I am so sick of the BS from these people. I call them shiny badgers. Yeah, I got a shiny badge. See my title? I'm the head of a blah, 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 blah. I'm the spokesman for the yada, 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 yada. That don't mean squat to me. And I'll guarantee you, it doesn't mean a damn thing to a 22-year-old kid in the streets in Cairo right now. You're what? You think what? You're going to do what? What have you done here in the United States? Where are you guys? Yeah, but we're going to have a fundraiser. We're going to have a meeting. We're going to run a candidate. We're going to vote ourselves free. It's over, man. This libertarian movement has gone so far, it's gone plaid. It's gone so far past you guys, you can't keep up. You can't. I give you every opportunity. All you have to do is give me some contact. Give me an address. I got guys coming out my rear. My 21-year-old daughter producer, Sierra, finds these people. Done. Boom, boom, they're on the show. In the middle of the fray. They're in Washington, D.C., down the street from the National Libertarian Party headquarters. You talking to any of them? They're out in front of the Egyptian embassy right now. You out there talking to anybody? You got some contacts? They got the email list of the people on Facebook, and people on Twitter, the people in the streets in Cairo right now. You talking to these people? You getting any of these addresses? You got anything you're going to send them? What? Are you? Don't. What? Who's going to come on? Who's going to tell me that Libertarian Party's all of a sudden jumped up and we represent freedom? Yeah? Where? How? What do I get? The most I get is interview requests over and over and over for Wayne Allen Root saying that we should be supporting Mubarak. VP presidential candidate under Barr, and he's out saying, hey, man, our buddy's Mubarak. And he's going to run for the presidential nomination for the Libertarian Party for 2012? Are you serious? And who's going to go up against him? Who? We had Lee Wrights on. He's a good guy. He's willing to do the peace thing, inside the party. And where's the party going? Where's the support for that? Is there another candidate or something? There is no collective method to achieve liberty. It doesn't exist. This is my point. It always takes some dedicated individuals, small groups, in temporary voluntary alliances. They go get something done and boom, then they go back to, eating pizza, drinking beer, doing a bong hit or two to get inspired. Whatever it takes, because I'm telling you, this is it right now. Do I ever get animated on this? This way, what? This is it. An entire Arabic culture is ready to explode all over the entire world and bypass all this Rudy Giuliani rhetoric of Islamofascist, BS. They're trying to, it's the Islamic, Muslim Brotherhood. Yeah, they can't even find the table to sit at. And whatever table they're sitting at is with the bad guys. It's the people's revolution. It's a love-olution. Here it comes. Where are you going to be? What did you do during the worldwide love-olution? Where were you? You